We're in Argentina, and for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be travelling to this country's most popular destinations. The first part of this journey takes us to the incredible Iguazu Falls in the jungles of northern Argentina.
I genuinely didn't think it was going to be this big.
But before that, we'll be exploring the capital city of Buenos Aires.
We've been staying in a neighbourhood called Las Canitas, which is a little bit north of the centre of Palermo. Our proper travelling of Argentina starts today, and over the next couple of days we're going to be exploring Buenos Aires, first of all starting in La Boca area and heading north.
But the city is so big, the La Boca neighbourhood is actually an hour away on a bus ride, so we better get going.
So we just got off our bus in the La Boca neighbourhood. We're going to be checking out the Caminito area specifically today. It's actually quite famous here in Buenos Aires, and as soon as we got off we could see these colourful cobblestones all the way along, so I think it's just a snippet of what we're going to be seeing in the area.
Looks like they're setting up some sort of market. We have come pretty early, so it's obviously nothing's out yet.
Yeah, we came really early on a Sunday morning because we've read that this place can get super busy. I mean, there's quite a lot of people around already.
There is.
Oh, this looks cool. All colourful buildings.
I can see like the most famous one, the one that says Caminito on it.
I don't know if you can see just up there. It's Messi holding the World Cup.
This place is definitely made for tourists now. There's so many souvenir shops and restaurants, and I'm pretty sure this restaurant right here is the one where they have the live tango dancers, because this area, La Boca region, is actually the birthplace of tango.
Punto Caminito shopping. Seems like it's a big indoor market, shopping kind of market.
Souvenir shop market.
And it's another Messi. I think it's just loads of souvenir shops inside as well, which is crazy because there's so many outside. All the souvenir stores seem to have the classic Argentina postcards, magnets, Buenos Aires ones, but every store also seems to play on the fact of the football team. There's so many football jerseys, there's so many Messi merchandise as well, even down to Messi socks. It's crazy, I've never seen so much football merchandise anywhere.
We're in an alley that's like behind the buildings now, and even the back of the buildings are just as colourful as the front. If not cooler really, because you can see all the little balconies behind that you don't really see in the front as much.
I was going to say, I wonder if people live in the back of them, because they do look like little balconies, but
They do.
yeah, that one's like a
Souvenir shop.
souvenir shop. It's crazy how much colour there is in the back of the buildings as well as the front.
You think
It's
that they
cool.
would make an effort to make the backs look just as pretty, but they have. There's even a back of a restaurant here, and you can see the guys cooking all the meat. Smells so good.
We've been wandering around this area for about an hour now, and as cool as it is to look at, because the colourful buildings, the history of the area is actually really cool as well. So Caminito means little path, which is obviously referring to the little pedestrian walking streets that we've just been strolling around for the last hour. The homes were known as conventillos, and they were constructed from the corrugated metal and wood, and they were painted in the bright colours because it was the leftover paint that the fishermen had from their boats, from painting their boats.
I think it's very unique. I don't think I've been anywhere that it's been so colourful, but like the colours are so bright. We've been places where they've had colourful buildings, but they've always been like a pastel-y colour, but the whole area just stands out so much.
I don't know who this person is, but they seem to be everywhere. Any idea?
I think it's some sort of cartoon from Argentina. It kind of reminds me of, is it Snoopy? The cartoon we've got
Yeah,
in
the same style.
same type of character, yeah.
Just seems to be Messi, Argentinian tops, and that cartoon girl.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her name is Mafalda.
I feel like...
Welcome.
Thank you.
Where you from? Where you from?
Gales?
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 Well, welcome to La Boca.
Thank you. This place is so photogenic with all the different colours, and there's so much going on, and it's starting to get more lively and livelier. I feel like you could just walk around here with a camera just pointed the other way for like an hour, and it would just be enjoyable to watch. Okay, so 2 streets away from the Caminito area, it's dead. There are no tourists around. There's not many people around at all. We've heard this area can be quite a sketchy area, but the most famous Argentinian football team, Boca Juniors, play in the stadium another block this way, so we're going to check that out. It's not as big as I thought it was
No,
going to
it definitely stands out though with the colours.
be. We're outside the main entrance of the stadium now, and there's definitely a bit more tourists around this area than the other side of the stadium where it looks a bit more sketchy. But yeah, there's loads of like souvenir shops here as well. And there's police walking around, so I think this area is fine.
Seems fine.
Seems fine.
Seems fine now here. But it's literally a street full of just football souvenir shops.
For our second stop in Buenos Aires, we've come to San Telmo market, which is in the heart of the San Telmo neighbourhood.
It's a really modern market, as if there's like actual shops in here, not just like little shacks or little stalls.
I think it opens up a bit more so that
Oh, okay.
there's a long line to something.
Empanada shop.
If there's a line that long, it must be good. I'll check it out.
Those empanadas are so fresh and hot that it is impossible for us to eat them now. So we're going to check out a market outside, and then we're going to come back and eat the bananas a bit.
Yeah, so the San Telmo market that we were just in is there every day.
Yeah.
But the one that's outside that we're going to be heading to is more like souvenirs and stuff, I think. And it's only on Sundays. And today happens to be
Sunday.
It's almost like we planned it.
I know. I don't know if you can see in the distance behind me, but I can see the outdoor market, and it literally looks like a stampede of people.
We've got 5 stretches as well.
I know, like you can't see the end.
We couldn't believe just how big this market was. What once was a 270 stall antiques market now stretches for over 13 city blocks, selling all kinds of things like vintage clothing, handmade souvenirs, and even little Pokemon figurines.
We've been walking up the street for about 4 or 5 city blocks, and it still stretches across this road, so we're gonna keep going.
There's literally everything you could possibly need, want or have.
That market was so long, it's taken us from the centre of the San Telmo neighbourhood, and we're only 1 block away from the next stop, which is the Plaza del Mayo. And there seems to be something going on. It's very loud. It's going to be hard for us to film here because apparently today is the day that the old president gets replaced by the new president, so there's a bunch of celebrations all the way through the day. And this plaza right here is where the Pink House is. And the Pink House is basically like the White House in America. It's the president's building.
Yeah.
It's like 10 Downing Street, the White House. In Argentina, you've got the Pink House.
The only difference is the president doesn't live here. I think the reason this bit is so busy is because the president was where the obelisk is. So the new president, is where the obelisk is on the big avenue, and he's now coming from there to here.
The plan was to sit and enjoy our empanadas in the Plaza de Mayo, but that wasn't really going to happen with all the people around. So we've come down to the Puerto Madero waterfront area, and it's a really popular area for sunset. There's a bunch of bars and restaurants all along, and you've got that famous bridge, the Woman's Bridge, that swings open to let the boats in and out. We weren't actually planning on coming down this area, but I'm glad we've come down. It's quite a nice area. We've got our empanadas. We're going to give these a try. That's all I've seen is empanadas everywhere, in supermarkets, roadside stores, and restaurants.
We've
So
saved ourselves for today.
we've got them. Hello.
So we got 3 flavours of empanadas. We got chicken, beef and ham cheese. Now, I can't tell you which one's which because they literally all look the same. It's like chicken. I have no idea what flavours are going on in there, but that is so good. I think it's beef, not chicken. Upon further taste and inspection, it's definitely beef, not chicken.
Beef's like the classic flavour, right? It's like the most popular one.
Yeah.
The original.
It's really, really good though.
That's the one I want to try first, the beef, yeah. Kind of reminds me of like a Cornish pasty that you get back home because it's got the bit that's like almost like a handle, I guess. But I've been excited to try these. This is the first time. It is kind of like a variation of a pasty.
It is.
I think the pastry's a bit thinner and it's a different pastry, but the inside is the same as you can get like different Cornish pasties these days.
This is the cheese and ham. Look at that. That is full to the rim.
I don't think it can be any better than the beef.
Oh, I don't know. That's so good. I don't know if it beats the beef, but it's just so different.
It's like shredded chicken.
I don't know what I expected, but that's not what I expected.
It is good. I think the beef one wins.
I think the beef one wins as well.
The beef, the classic wins. So empanadas are probably one of the most popular things in Argentina, but there's so much good Argentinian food out there. We're just going to be trying a bunch of things throughout the next couple of weeks. We're currently walking across the Avenue 9 de Julio, and it's the largest avenue in the world. I think there's like 18 lanes or something stupid like that, but it's such a large area. And this is the reason why we've come, this big obelisk in the middle.
It is huge. I was just looking up at it. It's giant.
Although, I'm at the avenue.
Oh, also the avenue.
I mean, that's huge too, but yeah.
The widest one in the world, right?
Yeah, the widest avenue in the world, but it is dead quiet here at the moment because all the roads were closed. They've just reopened them briefly, like in the last 20 minutes, probably 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We managed to get some really cool photos on one of the roads literally opposite the obelisk because there was just no cars on it. So yeah, this is actually known as the largest avenue in the world. I think there's 18 lanes in total, and the obelisk right here behind us is like an iconic Buenos Aires sculpture. The reason it's there is because it marks the day that the Argentinian flag was first placed in the city of Buenos Aires.
Sorry, not first placed, first raised. Apparently that makes a difference.
First raised in the city. So yeah, they've got the obelisk there. There is a Argentinian flag literally right above us, and then there's also the big BA bushes, I guess.
Letters, flower letters, yeah. But yeah, pretty cool fact. It's mad that they literally put a gigantic monument statue thing where the flag was first raised. Like, I feel like no other country would even know where the first flag was raised.
I know, and look how big it is. As well as the obelisk on the avenue, we've also got the Teatro Colón, which is another, probably one of the more famous buildings here in Buenos Aires.
And it's famous because of all the performances that it's had in the past, including Pavarotti.
As you can see, the architecture is really cool on the building, and that's what most of the downtown area looks like, even like the narrow streets and stuff. It's got that old classic European style that you'd see in the likes of like Spain and France and stuff, and you can definitely see why Buenos Aires is referred to as the Paris of South America, because it's got those Parisian style buildings.
Yeah, definitely. You can totally see it literally looks like you're walking through Europe sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's super cool, especially this downtown area. We've come to the El Ateneo Grand Splendid in the Recoleta neighbourhood. This is an old theatre that was opened in the early 1900s, and it used to host like opera, ballet, stuff like that. But in the year 2000, it was turned from a theatre into a bookstore.
It's definitely the coolest bookstore I have ever been to.
Yeah, they've literally kept the original building on the inside. It's the same like columns, it's the same what is this bit called? Like the upper sections.
Yeah.
The original stage is there and the curtains.
Yeah, and they've actually turned the stage into a cafe, which is really, really cool. It looks cool, doesn't it?
We're not really book people, but I can imagine if you were a book person, this would be heaven.
Yeah, literally.
Even if you're not a book person, it's definitely worth coming in to check out. It is probably the nicest bookstore I've ever been in.
Definitely.
But it's definitely the nicest bookstore I've ever been in. After after leaving the famous bookstore, we were heading to another really popular spot, which is the Recoleta Cemetery. Now it's a cemetery that's like really well known for its massive tombstones.
Yeah.
They're
almost like miniature houses.
We decided not to go in for 3 reasons. One, it is 4:30 and it closes at 5. 2, we kind of discussed and we just
didn't feel like it was right to go in. It just feels a bit wrong that a cemetery is a tourist attraction. Like, I understand because the tombstones and things are so grand and it's not something you see, but it's just a bit strange that it's a tourist attraction.
Yeah, and number 3, it would have been weird to film it.
We decided to take a miss. We walked outside, saw the outside of it, and that was about that.
There was a market going on outside, there was loads of people around in the grass area, and then we crossed the colourful bridge over past the museum, and we are in the park with the famous flower sculpture, the flower sculpture. But as it has been in every video we've seen, it's broken.
The idea is that the flower is meant to open up during the day when it's sunny and then close during the night time. But it doesn't work, so it's like half.
Just constantly closed-ish.
It's like half closed, half open. But it's still pretty cool.
And it's a nice area as well.
Nice little quiet park.
We ended the day by going to a local restaurant that our Airbnb host recommended to us. I went for the classic Argentinian dish, the Milanese, which is kind of like the Australian chicken palmy, and Kelsey went for the chicken video in demi-glazed sauce. The restaurant was literally right around the corner from our Airbnb, and it was just the perfect way to end the day. But we've started our second day here in Buenos Aires by coming to the Japanese gardens. The Japanese gardens is actually a really popular spot here in Buenos Aires because it's one of the most relaxing places in the city. But the reason why it came to be is quite a funny story. So the park was built in 1967 to coincide with a visitor by the Emperor of Japan at the time and his wife. As the name states, the Japanese gardens, there's a lot of Japanese references here. The whole place kind of looks like you're just walking in a park in Japan. There's a wide variety of plants, a pond with koi, an island with bridges and sculptures based on Japanese culture. There's also a craft shop and a nursery where visitors can buy bonsai trees and other plants. Yeah, quite a funny story on how this place was just built just because the Emperor of Japan was coming to visit.
We've never been to Japan, but I definitely feel like I'm walking through Japan.
Yeah, the attention to detail that they've got on all the like different sculptures and different like plants and stuff is crazy.
Yeah, they've got the bonsai trees, you've got the really brightly coloured flowers, and I think it's the red bridges that makes it feel more like Japan over anything else.
Yeah, and those sculptures, the red big sculptures. Okay, we made up to this viewpoint now. You've got like 360 degrees of the entire park. You've got the bridge over there, pond all the way around, this little Japanese sculpture thing, I don't know what they're called, and the restaurant in the background.
I wouldn't quite call it a viewpoint, but I mean, it's kind of a viewpoint because you can see all the way around the park.
It's definitely a cool place to come and check out. I feel like once you've walked around it, you've kind of seen it, but there's like plenty of benches around so you can sit down and take it all in and just...
Yeah, you could even bring a picnic if you wanted to.
Yeah, they didn't search your bags or tell you can't bring food in or anything.
No.
But there's a lot of parks here in Buenos Aires.
So that's what we're going to spend our morning doing. What a better way to see the park. Yo, I have to sit forward because I can't reach the pedal.
Lean back.
Cool. Oh yeah. Ah. We passed the Rose Park, but it was closed, so I don't really know why it was closed. I'm gonna say maybe they're just planting some more roses, maybe, because a lot of it was cordoned off, but that's fine. We ended up going on a pedal, which was a big bonus.
What a relaxing Monday afternoon.
I don't know, I couldn't think of a better way to spend my Monday.
I'm a little bit concerned with how many swans there are behind us and just coming into the water because we need to go back that way.
There's little baby ones too. I hope we don't run over them. They're very cute, the baby ones, really. With little tiny little footballs.
Gracias.
Okay.
That was fun.
We ended up just strolling around the Palermo neighbourhood for a while. We came across the most famous steakhouse in Buenos Aires, which is the Don Julio, and there was a queue outside it at like 2:30 in the afternoon, which is absolutely nuts. It's got like so many ratings on Google. We've heard so many good things about it. You even have to book like a month in advance, which is crazy.
It would have been nice to go there, wouldn't it? But no, we didn't have a month to book.
But we ended up just strolling around a bunch of the streets in Palermo. They're all really cool. They've got the trees lined down the sides of them. There was a bunch of restaurants, a bunch of bars. You can tell why Palermo is known as like the place to stay for like trendy nightlife and restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, so that was like a really cool area, but now we are back in the apartment for a little bit, so we thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to show you where we've been staying.
This place is £25 a night. It's a 1-bedroom apartment and it's got super fast Wi-Fi.
It's got an open kitchen and living room space as well, which has been ideal for us. We've been chilling on the sofa, watching Netflix in the evenings, and it was actually recommended for a long stay as well, because it's got literally everything you need for a long stay.
It's a little bit quieter, well it's a lot quieter than the like Palermo neighbourhood that we were in today, or like the Recoleta neighbourhood.
Yeah.
But you can like get to those neighbourhoods really quickly.
Subway's like 10 minutes away, and the buses literally around the corner is the main street where all the buses are, so it's literally been ideal for us, hasn't it?
Yeah, and we've had like recommendations for some restaurants and stuff, and tonight we're going to be checking out Las Cholas.
Las Cholas.
Las Cholas. It's like a proper Argentinian steakhouse kind of place, so we're really excited.
So excited.
So we're in a restaurant called Las Cholas, and it's actually really quiet at the moment. But apparently Argentinians don't eat until like 9 p.m, 10 p.m, or even later sometimes. Yeah, like restaurants stay open until like 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Which is crazy because normally they close at like 10 back home and things.
The size on these ribs.
Okay, food's just arrived. These are huge. Kelsey got ribs and I got a chorizo steak, but it's just like a normal steak, but that's what they call it here, I think.
Just want to pick it up and dive in, but
Pick up the end there, I think.
yeah.
Oh my god, that just fell off. That's insane. You can just pull that. You can just literally pull that whole bone out.
Wow.
It's cooked really well. It just tastes like barbecue-y.
You're barely even like cutting into it, like with a knife.
No, I know, it's really like tender. I'm gonna go for some of this chimichurri. I hope it's not too spicy.
You did go for a big dip.
And I hope it's not peanut oil.
That was one of the most delicious meals I think I've ever had. That was a 10 out of 10. And that brings us to the end of our time here in Buenos Aires.
We couldn't have asked for a better start to our trip here in Argentina.
What a city.
After exploring the colourful streets of Buenos Aires, it's time to jump on a plane and head north into nature to see the world famous Iguazu Falls.
Need to buy tickets. Can we get 2 tickets, please?
Gracias. Gracias.
Tickets secured. 20,000 Argentinian pesos each. So on the Argentinian side of the falls, there's 2 trails you could do. You could do the lower trail, or you could do the upper trail, which is what we're going to do first. Hopefully we've got time for both. This is the first super touristy thing we've done in South America, but I feel like it's one of those things that you have to do while you're here.
But we did come really early, and we were one of the first ones in the park. It doesn't seem that busy at the moment, so I definitely think we made the right choice and come in early. Oh my god!
I genuinely didn't think it was going to be this big, even though it's the largest waterfall in the world. I didn't think it'd be this big. This is nuts. This is insane.
I actually don't think I have words.
This is crazy.
Wow, I thought all the waterfalls we've seen in the past have been impressive. They are like trickles of water compared to this.
I feel like the water levels are pretty high at the moment.
Yeah, they have had quite a lot of rain over the last 2 weeks.
This is so cool. So the special thing about Iguazu isn't its obvious beauty or the fact that it's surrounded by jungle, but it sits on the border between Brazil and Argentina. So we're in the Argentinian side today, and you can actually visit the Brazil side as well. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow.
See if we can get closer to it, is it?
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
We keep seeing signs for different waterfall names. We think each waterfall is like a separate waterfall, but it all just makes Iguazu, if that makes sense. But the way they've done it, the walkways literally go across the top of the waterfalls along the rivers. It's actually really cool. Just look how powerful the water is here. Can you imagine being a fish and just falling off the edge?
I actually don't think I've ever seen something so incredible.
I don't know if you can see in the distance there, but I think that's where the walkway's recently been taken away by the river because the water levels were so high.
Isn't it absolutely crazy though that nature can do that much damage? Like the waterfall and the river was so powerful at some point and it literally took out the whole thing.
Crazy thing is, that is the upper level way to the more popular area of the waterfalls.
It's
So,
just
like,
called the Devil Throat.
The Devil Throat, yeah, I think that's the Devil Throat way. But like, obviously we can't get across there because, well, I mean...
We die.
Yeah, you just can't.
Oh, where are we
This
going
way,
now?
this way. Exit. Salida. You good?
Yeah, I think I had a cobweb on my leg.
Yeah, so like that's the way to the most popular area of the waterfall, but obviously we can't go that way because it's broke. I don't know, I think the best view was that we've seen so far was the first view where you've seen the whole bit of the waterfall, you can see the jungle in between them and everything.
Yeah, the
Is your arm
first
getting
original.
tired?
My arm is getting tired.
So the first view was probably the best view that we've seen so far, but we're going to head back down, we're going to try and do the lower circuit now.
See what kind of view we get from there. Oh wow!
Oh, there's a butterfly on the camera.
Stay still, stay still. Oh my god, it's such a pretty butterfly. Stop,
Hey
stop.
buddy.
Oh wow!
Do you reckon I
Oh
can
my
put my
god,
finger
that
up?
is so beautiful. Oh,
Come on.
oh, he flew away. I thought the view at the top was good, but whoa!
We keep getting these viewpoints pretty much to ourselves. I can imagine further on in the day that it'd be just absolutely rammed with people. But yeah, we've been at the viewpoints. There's only been like 3 or 4 people. It's class.
I'm ready to try and get closer. I want to like feel the mist off the waterfall on my face. So these waterfalls here, the ones that we were walking across earlier, if we zoom in close enough, you can actually see the walkway right on top of it.
Random little baby one.
I love how that's classed as a baby one, when in reality, all the other waterfalls we've been to have probably been about that size.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be like an individual like tourist attraction in other countries,
Yeah.
in other places, and here it's just like a little baby one.
It's here that you can really see the power of the water hitting the bottom.
You get that spray.
It feels so good.
Well then. Oh, that's on the walk of it.
Deserves a drink break. Cheers.
Cheers. We definitely came at the right time. Come early in the morning, avoid the crowds. There's not that many people around whatsoever. And even in the sections where there are people around, it doesn't take away from the beauty of the falls.
Not at all.
We have made it to the Brazilian side of Iguazu Falls. That's where we're going to be exploring today.
We took a quick bus across the border, got our tickets, and then had to get another bus here to the park, which is where we are now.
It's definitely a lot more busier on this side, and it definitely feels more, oh whoa,
Like a tourist site.
like a tourist site. But we're coming up to some of the falls now. So this is our first view of the falls on the Brazilian side.
I can see why people say you get a better view of this side because you can see more of the falls. But isn't it weird to think that we were literally there yesterday and we're here today, but we're in a different country?
You definitely feel like you're experiencing a different part of the falls on this side. On the Argentinian side, it was kind of just one section, I guess.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, you can see it all, and it's almost closer to the Devil's Throat section as well.
A lot of the falls over there you could only sort of see from the side a little bit, but here you really get like the impact of all of them, and I think you get a lot closer.
Yeah, we're also feeling the spray, even though we're all the way up here.
Yeah.
And there's a little rainbow as well, which is pretty cool. Wow, 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 this is so cool. There's people everywhere, but there's waterfalls everywhere.
It feels like we're in the waterfalls almost.
We're literally surrounded by the waterfalls. Okay, we've made it to the main viewing platform. There's so many people around, but it doesn't take away from how amazing this place is. There's literally water spraying us from behind.
It feels so surreal, we're so close to it. Like yesterday we saw it so far away, and today we're literally right there. Wild to think that if this thing broke, everyone would be going down there.
I don't know if we captured that well because we have to switch the GoPro because of all the spray that was coming at us. But that was probably the highlight of the whole park.
100%.
Even though there was hundreds of, what felt like hundreds of people crammed on that one little edge.
It still felt so cool to be so close to the waterfall.
Yeah.
And literally, when you were standing right at the edge, you looked down and that was the edge of the waterfall.
So yeah, this is a pretty cool place. We are currently in Argentina. Behind me on this side is Brazil. And behind us on this side is Paraguay. And they're only separated due to this river, which runs along here, down there, and up that way. So
That's pretty cool. We didn't even know about this place. It's not really advertised or anything, is it? I actually literally found it on Google Maps.
I knew Paraguay was here, but I didn't realise there was like a viewpoint to see all
Yeah,
three.
it's so unique. Like you literally see 3 countries from where I'm standing.
What a start to Argentina. We're already blown away by how diverse this country is. In the second part of this trip, we head down south to the incredible landscapes of Patagonia.
See you there.